cool was it when you were a kid and you imagined that you were like a dragon? That's what I used to imagine anyway. And that says a lot about me. Hello there, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for clicking on the video and coming to stop and see what I'm up to. So the focus of today's video is all about autumn. The autumn colours are finally here. I think from what I can tell, certainly in the location I'm in now, you'll have heard lots of photographers talking about how late they are coming in. But it's the best time of year, and I think my favourite trees in autumn are the silver birch trees. Now that's not just because they're one of the very few trees, the name of which I actually know. But I really like because they've got small scattered leaves that turn this beautiful yellow colour. It gives this sort of confetti kind of look to it, that like they're sort of scattered and sort of just floating. It's beautiful. So yeah, I'm in the woods. It's a nice morning. The sunrise is probably about 20 minutes away. And yeah, I think I'm going to be focusing on the silver birch. So I've got something set up already. So let me show you what that is looking like. Okay, so I've come wandering along the path in these local woodlands that I'm sure you'll recognise because I'm here quite regularly. And there's this patch of sort of silver birch woodland that you'll be able to sort of see around this bit. And you can see, I'm sure you can see what's drawn me to the image. We've got this lovely mix of autumn colours in the bracken and ferns in the foreground, and then going into this nice spread of silver birch branches in the distance there. So my focus is actually in on those trees there. So as you can see at the moment we're at F11, which I've kept at. I've taken one exposure already that was earlier on when there was some really nice light coming through. The light's already changed a bit now, so I'm going to take one now. It's going to be at 15 seconds. ISO doesn't need to be up because the shutter speed can be nice and slow, as it's really nice and gentle on the breeze today. And I'm just looking at my focal length is probably about 60mm. So yeah, let's just finish taking that. Let's have a look. Yeah, I just love the mix of colours in the foreground. You can see they're going into these beautiful yellow leaves in the background. So yes, I am very excited to see how that one comes out. So I'll put that onto the screen now. Firstly, I apologise for my voice, it's croaky. I was at a wedding on Saturday, it's Monday morning, and as usual ended up singing Bryan Adams and Bon Jovi at the top of my voice, unable to speak the next day. So I'm just waiting. I'm still with that first image. I might have put some of those up. I think the first one might be my favourite actually so far, because it was still blue hour and felt a bit moody, and there's some mist around as well, which is amazing. But I'm sort of pinning all my hopes this morning on this one image, but because the trees are out in the open, I know they'll catch the light, and I know the light. I mean, the sun has risen, but there's a bank of cloud, unfortunately, on the horizon, and there's a bit of a hill for it to come up, so it's not going to be shining just yet. But I just feel like it's worth waiting till the sun breaks over the top of those clouds, which I think it's starting to do, just to see how the image differs. So you'll probably then see another image when I've actually got some sunlight shining. The light is up and there's some really nice soft light, and sometimes I prefer that, but I would like to see what it looks like with some nice peachy morning light on it. So for once, I'm just going to wait here, even though I can see another tree over there, another silver birch that's beautifully speckled with yellow leaves, but I can go and get that one in a minute. This could be the best image because of where it is catching the light, so I'm waiting. So yeah, waiting for light again. Okay, so this is what I've noticed. So off in the distance here, you can see where the sun is breaking through the trees, and there's this lovely mist on the forest floor, and it's just sort of hovering still. The sun hasn't quite burnt it off yet. I'm sure it will start to. So I've just focused in on some backlit fern with some nice, fairly uniform silver birch trees, and some mist off in the background that's just giving it an absolutely gorgeous sort of mystical look to it. So yeah, very, very pleased with that one. So I'll throw that up on the screen now. I keep saying throw up, and I'm going to head off in that direction, I think. Ooh, I do like this tree here, but I'm sure there's more to be had. But for now, I'm just going to make sure I've got this one in the bag. So yes, very exciting stuff.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden.
I really do miss the days when I just came out with my camera and took pictures and edited them and went home and was happy. Vlogging is very stressful because you see something and suddenly you want to capture it on the camera and then you want to talk about it, so you've got to get everything out again. Probably my setup isn't great. Anyway, as I was walking down, so I dragged myself away from my first position where I've been for about 2 hours. The light is coming through the trees beautifully now. It's quite strong though. It's going to be not much time left, I don't think, to get some nice shots. But you can just see behind me here, there's one little section that was just getting some mist. The mist has settled over it and some light was coming in. It's already changed to the point I don't think it's as good now, but it looked really mystical, just this one soft lit patch right off through the trees. The actual subject of it wasn't great. It's just a sort of a tree, quite a bare tree with no leaves on it, but it's nicely backlit by the sun coming through and just gives it a real sort of mystical quality. So it definitely appeals to me. I might just come this way a little bit and tweak the composition, but I'll show you the best one and keep moving around. But yeah, a bit of mystery, a bit of atmosphere in this one, so enjoy. Right, so I've walked on through the woodland a little bit further along the path. And I don't know what it is about this place. I always seem to notice things that are in my path. One of my favourite shots I've taken here for a while was a single sort of thorny branch coming down the middle of the path. I managed to get everything sort of nice bokeh and shallow depth of field in the background look really nice. Not quite the same here, but really nice, and it's the background again that I'm really enjoying about the image, which is got spotted a leaf now. When I came through, it was catching the light. It's not at the moment, but as the sun rises through the trees, it sort of peeks in and out of little gaps. So I'll wait for it to catch the light again so I can get one more go at it. There's a beautiful leaf. You can just about see a spider web in the background. That's what caught my eye. and the backlit trees behind it are just giving it a really nice, soft, sort of peachy toned background. It just gives it some really nice autumnal feel as well. So yeah, really pleased with that one. So I'll show you that one now. Not sure what else is going to be found. The sun's getting quite high now, so we might be getting towards that end point of the video, but I promise to say goodbye without leaving rudely. So. Okay, so I've come a bit further into the woodland. I've made a terrible mistake of suddenly having a picture in my mind of a shot I really want to get and just not being able to find it. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen today. It's about 9:30 now, so over 2 hours after sunrise, so the best of the light is definitely gone. It's quite harsh. It's a beautiful morning, but for photography it's a bit much in the woods. The shot I really want to get, and that's why I'm in this sort of bit now, is a nice panoramic of silver birch trees. But in order to do that, I've got to find, first of all, an area where there's a bit of a clearing and some distance between me and the front, you know, the first set of trees, which I've sort of found here, you can see. But then I need some interest. I can't. If I took this this picture, I'd just be taking a picture of silver birch trees, just because they're silver birch trees. There's no light on them really. Most of the light is filtering towards the back of the woodland now, which distracts in the background, and they're just not lined up well enough. I really like the colour of the bracken or fern in the foreground. Some of that's still quite green, so still more autumn colour to come. But no, this shot's not going to happen today, so I'm going to end the video there. If I find anything else, because there's a lovely walk back through the woods to the car, so I'll put any more images up that I find on the way. But it's been lovely to get that first shot. Obviously pinned all my hopes on that, so I hope that's come out well. I think it has, and a couple of other nice moody ones with the mist as well. So I've got some nice autumn shots. I've achieved what I wanted to. And it's just nice to be out. So the plan this week is possibly to head up to Scotland or the Lake District to get some autumn colours. However, as usual, the weather is not coinciding with my plans and it looks very rainy. So I may just stick locally. I haven't been to Brimham Rocks for a while. I know there's some nice autumn colour up there around this time of year. And maybe up into the Dales or the moors as well. So I'll see. So there'll either be lots of videos I'll be making this week that'll be coming out in future weeks, or there might be one trip, but I think Scotland unfortunately is not going to happen because that looks very, very wet. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your day or evening or morning. Thank you for watching. If you can remember to subscribe, that'd be great. Leave a comment if you want, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so yes, it's happened again. Packed up, walking back along the path, and I found actually something closer at least to what I was looking for, which is this scene behind me. So like I said I was looking for, in fact what I'll do is I'll just show you in the back of the camera. So here's the scene. So as I said, I would need a bit of clearing to give me some distance so that there's not anything in the foreground that's too soft as opposed to the main subject. So this tree here in the middle is my main subject, these two silver birch together, and then as you can see there's just lovely colour all around of greens and browns and oranges, and some nice light sort of kissing the trees just gently. It might look a bit too strong now. I'll see how it looks when I get it into the computer, but otherwise I might try and I'll come back and shoot this another time. But so yeah, so I've got the camera in portrait mode, and I'll just show you how I shoot a panoramic. So it's first of all you've got to make sure the camera's in manual, because otherwise if there's a shift in light as you go around the scene, the settings might automatically change. I'm focused in on that tree in the middle, and then it's just a case when I'm at f14 to try and keep as much in focus. It'll look really dark on the camera because I'm using my histogram just to make sure that the highlights aren't too blown out, because I have got some sky in it, and as long as the shadows aren't sort of touching the left hand side of the histogram, then it's fine. and then take that off, make sure everything's level, and then just decide where you want to start. And basically the more images you can take, the higher quality you're going to have. Now I wouldn't want that fern in because that will probably be out of focus, I would have thought, so I wouldn't include that. Start around here, and it's just a case of taking a shot, moving the camera around just a little bit at a time, overlapping by about a third of each shot, I think is the general rule. My general rule is I move it a little bit each time and take a picture, and then I will stitch all of these images together, which will then make a really nice large panoramic file, lots of detail, and those kinds of shots make really good prints because they've got really high resolution then. I've rushed this one a little bit. I think the one that I took before was in a few more shots than this, and just one more. And I always like to sort of decide on a sort of anchor point to finish off, and I think that tree coming across there is probably going to be a good side of the image. I'm just going to go one more because there was another tree there as well. And then so that I don't get confused in the computer, just take a picture of my hand so I know that's the end of the panoramic. Okay, not the most exciting part of the video, but I just thought it'd be interesting to show you how we do that. So yes, very pleased that I've got that shot, but it's definitely time to pack up and go home and get some breakfast and enjoy a Monday of potentially planning what on earth I'm going to do this week. But yes, it's nice to have a week off to recharge the batteries, as it were. Okay, anyway, enjoy your day and take care.